Marco, question I have now is what led you to this point of being one of the partners, one of the core partners of evolutesix, and one of the people who has led developing and practicing the dojo process?
So all my life I wanted to contribute to this world, and I wanted to contribute to human development, to contribute to a sustainable way of living, and in an atmosphere of understanding and compassion. And I struggled a lot in my life to find an outlet for my capabilities. And when I met you, I realized that we have something in common, which is this goal, and which is also a very deep understanding of what is missing in this world. And so there was no question for me to stay in touch with you and to contribute to the dojo. And as I was starting to talk to you, to work with you, and to engage in this process of self-inquiry, I realized what I had been missing in my self-inquiry so far. And that was the dialectic thinking and the structured process of self-inquiry. And then it struck me that if this is good for me, that I guess it's good for everyone. And so I stayed.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Marco.
Yes.
Could you say perhaps one thing about up to now that has been really helpful for you in your life that the evolutesix dojo has brought you?
The core, at the core of what it brought me is some kind of hope. The hope of that it's really possible to achieve an uplifting of society as a whole to a higher level. However we want to define this higher.
Yes. Where higher might be for one person, I simply am more successful in my working life, and higher for somebody else might be equivalent to somebody's ambition to become more like one of the leading figures in the world, like Martin Luther King or Nelson Mandela or whoever your favorite highly evolved individual happens to be.
Yes. And for me, higher on a general level means to be closer to yourself and to be more authentic with what is alive in you, and to be able to really bring it out, to stand up for it, to go for what you really want, and not to be held back too much by restrictions or things that are not there yet, that have not been created so far.
Yes.
And in a time of very rapid change, and in a time where we need tools that haven't been created so far, we need a certain kind of mindset, consciousness, and energy to create them ourselves.
Yes. And mindset includes how we think, that we shift from simple logical thinking through to systems thinking, beyond systems thinking into transformational thinking. And transformational thinking also means the ability to transform ourselves, that we can change our own mindset, our attitude, our assumptions about how the world works.
Yes.
And that these two weave together.
Yes, yes. And I heard also this importance of, when you were talking about assumptions, I heard very clearly this need of a different mindset towards yourself, a different view of who you are, a different view of who am I, and what is justifiably required from me,
Yes.
and what is not.
Yes. Yes.
What
Excellent.
is, yeah.
Good. Thank you, Marco.
Thank you.